Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS College Football Week 2. Got a Friday night game here, Duke Northwestern. Let's do it.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
All right, so like I said, Duke's on the road at Northwestern here, and no question, those Northwestern numbers are getting bought up. When I was first looking at this one, Northwestern was catching a point and a half. They're now laying 2.5. I even see a 3 out. So no question, people are buying in on the Northwestern side. Total sitting at 38.5. So definitely looking to be a low-scoring affair. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Let's give a shout-out to Northwestern's defense. They showed up in the opener, and this is coming from somebody that bet Miami of Ohio plus 3.5. Northwestern defense, man, held the Redhawks offense to just 267 total yards, 6.1 yards per pass attempt, 1.7 yards a rush attempt. So yeah, the Northwestern defense looked pretty good to start the season. Brett Gabbert, an experienced quarterback, one of the better quarterbacks in the MAC conference, probably the best quarterback in the MAC, 22 of 37, 227 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, 35.3 QBR. And honestly, what I said about Northwestern's defensive front, specifically the defensive line last week, I didn't expect it to happen this soon. I said they were going to be improved this year, greatly improved, I think is what I said. It happened faster than I thought. I mean, they looked great. Now, this was an okay run defense last year, but remember, Northwestern brought back 7 of their top 8 defensive linemen. And what was the biggest weakness of this Northwestern defense last year? They had no pass rush whatsoever. They were one of the worst pass rushes in the country. Well, in the opener, 13 QB pressures and 4 sacks. So that is a huge sign, if you're a Northwestern fan, that the defensive line was generating pressure and they were able to get to Brett Gabbert in this one. The reason I think that's such a huge talking point in this matchup is who's playing quarterback for Duke? Malik Murphy, right? Looked solid in week 1, 26 of 40, 291 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, looked pretty good. Now he played against Elon, but more importantly, it wasn't just that he played against Elon. Want to know how many times he was pressured of those 40 dropbacks? 6. He was pressured 6 times the entire game, and on those 6 dropbacks, 1 of 6, 6 yards. So Elon was only able to generate 6 QB pressures in 40 dropbacks. Northwestern, judging by what we just saw, judging by the fact that they bring back 7 of their top 8 defensive linemen, they should be able to generate a ton more pressure than that. And keep in mind, this is not a good offensive line here at Duke. Look at their numbers in pass protection from last season. 110th in pressure rate allowed, 129th in QB hurry rate allowed. Not to mention, they lost 4 starters. There's only 1 starter back on this Duke offensive line, and 2 of the pieces they lost were all conference. So I do not like the Duke offensive line this year, and I truly think on the road in Northwestern against a defensive front that's looking like they might even be better than I thought, and I thought they were going to be pretty good. Looks like a really nasty spot for them, and I think Northwestern's defensive front should definitely be dominating that battle. Now, on the other side, we got Northwestern's offense, and by no means am I going to sit here and tell you that they look good. Mike Wright, 18 of 30, 178 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Didn't really do a whole lot, but Northwestern didn't play Elon. They played Miami of Ohio, who was arguably the best defense in the MAC conference last year, who brought back 2 first-team all-conference linebackers. That Miami, Ohio defense is going to be a problem again. So they didn't have the cakewalk in week 1 that Duke had. And on top of that, I already mentioned how Northwestern was able to generate a pass rush on Miami of Ohio. That was the biggest weak spot of their defense last year. Want to know what the biggest weak spot of their offense was? They had no run game whatsoever. Well, against Miami of Ohio, who should be a pretty good run defense this year, 31 carries, 150 yards, 4.8 yards per carry. Northwestern was able to establish the run against a run defense that should be pretty solid. That's another great sign if you're a Northwestern fan. Look at their rushing numbers from last year, 128th in the country in yards per carry, 104th in success rate. So to come out against a good run defense or run defense that we think should be good in Miami of Ohio, and to put up 4.8 yards per carry, get themselves a home win, that's huge. I know 13-6 at home against Miami of Ohio doesn't look like a great win, but that was truly a great win to start the season for Northwestern. And it may look like Now they're playing Duke, and that should be an upgrade as far as defensive opponent. But this Duke defense, this is not the same. I mean, their top 5 defensive linemen are gone from last year. Mike Elko is gone. He's at Texas A&M. Tyler Santucci is gone. He took a DC job. So this is a completely different Duke defense. I don't think it's going to be very good. So as you may have guessed from this video, yes, I'm on Northwestern. I already bet it. I got the money line at almost a pick 'em. I think I'm holding a -115 money line ticket, which is long gone. You can still get -140. As long as it's under 3, I still like the Northwestern side. I think they were much more impressive than Duke was in week 1. And at home, I really like the Northwestern defensive front to put on a clinic. So I'm on Northwestern in this one. I got the money line. As long as it stays under 3, I'm down with it. If you want to see all the bets I currently have open, head over to KyleKirms.com and click on Open Bets. You can see all my bets as well as the bets from everyone on the staff here. Also, if you sign up for Sauce Network Plus, you can participate in the betting league, $150 and the trophy. $150 and the handicapping trophy go to the winner every single week. The first week starts on Thursday. So you need to have your picks submitted in the Discord by Thursday if you want to participate. So if you're interested in any of that, head over to KyleKirms.com and sign up. Live shows, weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Go through every single game, bring on guests, same as we always do. So if you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. Let's have ourselves a nice week 2. I certainly need a better week 2 than I had a week 1. Got the season off started strong. Had a really nice week 0. Hit a couple in the beginning of week 1. Then the weekend crushed me. So let's bounce back and have a nice week 2. Remember to bet responsibly. I'll talk to you in the Discord.